Hey y'all, it's Mimi, and we have a new guest. Shaw's not here, but do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Isaiah Lake. I'm
Yeah,
happy to
we
be
got
here.
Isaiah Lake, and if you watch this podcast, you already know who Isaiah Lake is. We did a special with him. I want to say, when did we have you on? Was that in December, November,
December.
December?
hmm
So you see a familiar face, but yep, this is us. And Shile's on her trip, so we have an amazing stand-in co-host to join me here. And this is Chatting the Tea.
Chatting the tea.
Chatting, chatting, chatting.
Mm.
The tea for you and me, for us to see. Um, a new series. I like that.
I
I'm
do.
trying to like switch it up, do something different. I don't
I
know. Well, on this episode, we're gonna get into a little bit of everything, but I want to start off with our week. So, how has your week been?
um, my week has been pretty good. Just living, putting one foot in front of the other, just
Yeah,
being grateful for. It's been raining a lot, kind
yeah,
of
it's
dreary.
been.
Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I've been pretty good. How's your week been going?
It's going pretty good as well. I feel like I'm moving next week. I'm moving into a new apartment a new unit within my apartment complex. So I've been preparing for that. I've just been working mentally, preparing myself to be into a new space. So I'm really excited. I'm seeing a lot of 555. So I feel like change is definitely coming. It's damn near already here. So yeah, I'm just excited. I think a lot of new experiences are happening, a lot of different things are happening. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm really excited just for this change. Yeah. And then our girl Shia, like I said in the our newsletter, she's in Portugal, so she comes back day before this episode comes out. So, yeah, everybody wish her luck and see how she's doing when she comes back. Cause I know that girl is gonna be like, damn, I want to go back. Like, what is America? I already know. I already know.
Yeah,
Well, I want to get into Euphoria because it literally what was that last week it ended?
last Sunday.
Last Sunday?
It's
Bro,
been a
what an
week
ending.
today. I'm still grieving.
Yeah, you grieving, Rue? Spoiler alert, y'all. If you haven't watched it, log
You
off.
could have watched it. I mean, it's come on, it's been a week. You have to know what's happened. If
Yeah, but
you
you know, some people like to be taking their time and like I don't know. They don't want to be watch with everybody else. They want to be different and like watch on their own time.
you can take your time, but it's no way that you have a phone and you go on the internet and don't know
Know
what
what's
happened.
going on. That's
Yeah,
facts.
yeah.
That is
So it was
true.
a spoiler alert.
True. But yeah, Rue passing away. Like, what you think about that?
It was very, very sad. I think to have a character, I mean, it has been a long time. I think what was like a 2, 3 year period in between the last season.
Yeah,
But Rue has been like on our screens since what? We were 19, 20 years old.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because
So
when did it first come out?
I don't
2019, 2020?
I'm around that time.
Yeah, so
And so
something
it's
like
been
that.
a long time. And I just feel like a show has not, well, okay, I'm gonna talk about it from like a viewer and then talk about it. I'm gonna talk about the show itself, like the inner workings, and
Mhm.
then like outside. So Rue passing away is I've seen a lot of people say that it is very common and like they were trying to shed light on how easy it is to,
Yeah,
pass from fentanyl, which is a real thing.
a real
And
thing.
in that way, highlighting the reality of it, I think was responsible because it really shows people how easy and how it can be a genuine mistake and you just never know.
Yeah,
I think in that sense, I feel like writers don't owe us the ending that we want. Just because we want it to be a specific kind of way, life doesn't work that way. I feel like a lot of us have endings and outcomes that we wish we
you
can
don't
rewrite.
want, yeah.
So in that sense, I think that it's just realistic.
That's a
Um,
good perspective. I like that.
yes, but it also is extremely sad because she really was doing good. Um, so it's just a really difficult thing to process. In terms of, I mean, I don't know. I think and it also is very interesting how she passed in real
Yeah, just that
life.
whole scene of like
Yeah,
her passing and yeah, that was crazy.
it was insane. So it was hard, but how do you feel about it?
At first, I was hella confused because I thought that she was tweaking out on the drugs.
Hmm.
And I thought that she did end up taking the pills, and until the end when Ali realized that she barely even took the pills, so they had to be laced with something. And so, what's his name? The guy that gave her the pills, Almon.
Um,
hmm He laced that shit. And I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad that Ali took his ass out
Absolutely.
for that.
That whole scene was so badass.
It was so badass. And
Alamo
then, and
motherfucking Brown. I was like, that
that's
was
so
so bad. It
funny.
reminded me of Kill Bill. It was so
Yes,
badass.
that's good. That's a good comparison. And
Yeah.
two, I forget his right hand man. I really honestly, because I forget his name that fast.
Forgot
Quiet
his name.
one.
I know he's talking about it's not ring. I know it, and I know as soon as this goes off, I will know his
You were
name.
gonna remember it. But
But
him, I knew that him and Maddie were gonna have something because he respected her and he's seen her. And I just felt like they was giving a cute Bonnie and Clyde. I liked it.
I didn't get that vibe. Did you? I didn't. You got that
A
vibe?
little bit because he was very like iffy about everybody, but he
Hmm.
was for sure about Maddie. And I was like, hmm, okay,
Hmm.
well, like let's see. But I wish that they did show a little bit more, but it would be cool if they had like a spin-off or something with
I
them
saw somebody
too.
say that earlier today.
I that would go crazy. I would hella be here for that. I would hella be here for that.
I love Maddie, but I don't know if I would care about that spinoff.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
but it'd be, but I mean, because I don't know if Cassie would be in it, but
I would be more interested in a spinoff with Cassie and Maddie
see,
than,
but I feel like he would be in it too. I think it would be like them three
well, why? Like, what would be the plot?
because it just, I don't know, something about Maddie and the guy's energy just gives like Bonnie and Clyde. They about to be basically like the new badass couple that are, you know, um, not like Almo, but doing kind of on the same shit like that.
Hmm.
But then like, Cassie has her own story, her own plot and everything as well too,
Hmm.
as well as Lexi. I wish honestly, Fez passing away in real life really fucked up Lexi's storyline.
Storyline. Yeah.
Because she got annoying as hell, and her storyline was boring. She was just giving like, you know, but also too, that's probably because, well, Fez was in prison.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I've heard that. I think the Fez's, I don't think Lexi's storyline was dependent on Fez because I feel like with her writing the play and everything, that was a
Yeah.
really interesting and her like watching Cass, like seeing how she views Cassie
hmm
um and writing the play, that was interesting. I don't care. I mean, I don't want to say I don't care, but I wasn't really as interested in her and Fez's love story as I was as interested as I was in her creative process and just watching her like kind of put this whole thing together and like
Yeah.
how she sees her friend group, how she sees the people in her life.
Yeah.
And then her relationship dynamic with Cassie also was very interesting too.
Yeah.
I feel like, but I think this season a lot of people's storylines got cut. Like even with
100%.
Jules became like a side character. And Jules
You
had an
said who,
entire
Jules? Oh, yeah.
episode dedicated to her last season. How do we go from having a whole episode dedicated to somebody to this episode, her just being like, not episode, this season to her just being like a side character. I feel like
Yeah.
no, I mean, Cassie kind of became. the main, not the main character, but I feel like Cassie's story was highlighted. Um,
Yeah.
aside from her and Rue, everybody
Mhm.
else kind of got pushed to the side.
Yeah, that's true. And two, they were just saying when they were filming it, a lot of them weren't in the same place filming. That's why Nate had a lot of his shots solo,
Mhm. Yeah.
especially in that like towards the end, he wasn't with the cast for real. Cassie, I mean, yeah, Cassie and Rue never really was in the same room. And two, like when they shot the wedding scene, like
Rue
you were
was,
never seeing everybody in the same room for real. You're just seeing different, like the way that the screen was panned.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
Like, I
So,
think Rue, Jules, and Maddie all were together.
yeah.
And then I think Cassie and Lexi may have filmed their parts together.
Mhm.
Did they? Because
I
maybe,
think so. Because I think at one point they were like, well, yeah, they're living together. And then when she got that role.
okay, yeah, so they filmed, but I'm talking about the wedding scene. That's interesting. I did not.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Remember when Cassie was like, when Lexi turned to Cassie and was like, "Are you okay?" or something like that, and then
Yes,
Cassie turned,
yes.
"Would I be okay?" But they weren't actually seen together. That's so interesting how editing
How
works.
editing works, right? Because it's not like they did a good job making it seem like they're in the same place when probably they filmed those different days.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Would you say that this season was better than last season?
I think so. I like the action of it. I really, really loved Rue's storyline. I think that, yeah, the action of it, like, it was just so intense. Like, fuck, what's gonna happen? Like, I don't think I expected Rue to die and pass away. I mean, it is one of those things. I mean, having somebody in your family or knowing somebody that is on drugs and stuff like that, like you obviously don't expect them to pass away. You want them to get clean, you want them to get better, and you see them doing better, but a quick slip up, anything like that can happen where life is taken. So it's just like, damn. But yeah, I think that this was like a really good ending for her. I can't say the same for like anybody else,
Was it a good ending
but
for Rue?
huh?
It was a good ending for Rue?
I think how it ended was as best as it could have been. I don't think like I'm not saying like yes, she died. Like I'm not saying that, but I mean like as far as just the ending, how everything was wrapped up, I think that that was probably the best case scenario because at the end of the day, we weren't promised, like you said, we weren't promised a good ending. We weren't promised, but it's reality. This is real life, and that could probably happen in real life.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that I liked it more, but I do miss like we have to keep in mind because so much time has passed, we're not in that teen like heart like I don't know, like it's different watching. It's almost like what's that one show called? And it's based in LA. It was a friend group and they were in school and stuff. And one of the guys, Hispanic guy, he was in a gang with his brother. There's like Monte on my block, on my block, on my block. I feel like the last season of Euphoria was like kind of parallel to On My Block. Those same feelings that we felt like we loved the friend group, we loved the different like drama going on and that yada yada. But I feel like this storyline was almost like if Caesar really like had um a season dedicated to him doing his gang shit with his brother.
Hmm.
And like everybody else kind of had their own like side shit going on.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to say I said I didn't care about Fez and Lexi, but I
Mhm.
do care about Fez. I just
Yeah.
care about I wasn't as interested in their love story. I wanted to clarify that because
No, I'm cracked.
I'm
You're like, no,
always
I cared about him. I just didn't.
I didn't care about it. I also would have liked to know what happened to his little brother too. I mean we
My
kind
God,
of assumed he had,
yeah. We didn't
but
really get like
never got an
answers on
answer.
that.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
want to
real.
clarify that. But yeah, I've seen clips of On My Block and I always wanted to watch it, but I've
Oh, you
never,
would love it. Watch it. Watch
yeah.
it. I'm sorry that I even like said anything to you.
I don't
Watch
even
that.
remember what
It's
you said.
good.
I'm not sure. I'm good.
You gonna forget it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But you need to watch it because it is really good.
I'm gonna watch.
Um, but okay. You have anything else you want to add on Euphoria?
I think that season two is my favorite season of Euphoria.
Hmm.
And I think that season two was the perfect I think season two merges season three and season one perfectly.
That's
I
good.
think that the action and the theatrics of season three, and then the color and the aesthetics and the storytelling and the spectacle of season one
Mm.
merged together. And that is what season two is. Like Rue running down the street and jumping out of the car, that's action. Like
Yeah,
that,
that's some action.
that's action. And like, but I don't know. It's just something about season two. A lot of people don't like it, but I love season two. That's all I'm
Really?
saying.
I feel like season two and season three, obviously the first season is the introduction, but yeah, 100%. Season two and season three were like the best.
I wasn't saying season three was one of the best. I was just saying that I think my favorite
Oh,
was season two.
season two.
Yeah, and I think that they merge perfectly together.
Yeah,
But that's all.
that's real.
Yeah, that's real.
Well, our next thing we're going to get into, y'all, is how we stay motivated and inspired as artists. And, I feel like it can be hard sometimes because I feel like even me dropping this EP, or oh my God, not an EP, album. Fuck, sorry. Me dropping this album, it feels like an EP, but me dropping the album, I feel like I haven't been too inspired.
Why
Like
does it feel like
after,
why does it feel like an EP though?
I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't feel as grand as what I thought it was gonna be.
Hmm.
So it just still gives me EP vibes. Like we can call it a mixtape. It's fine.
Okay.
I think I said that before. Like it's just a mixtape, but it's considered an album.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Um, I don't know. Like it's a good season and era of my life, but I feel like there's more where that came from. And I think I'm still searching for that, especially as a first album or, like my debut album. I feel like I still have to experience that through life before that's created,
Hmm.
you know. But I don't know. I feel like after putting out Outgrew, like wanting to get inspired again, or like how going through life, how do you get inspired? How, like, what do I need to do? What experiences do I need to go through to feel inspired? You know what I mean? And I feel like, do I just chill for a second? Do I just take a little break? Like, I live my life. Like, I don't worry about it. I just be a normal human being. Or like, through being a normal human being, like, that's your experiences, right? I don't know.
I can say I remember when I went down a rabbit hole when I first discovered the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and I was watching all of her interviews and just reading up on that album. And she did a talk at this school. I don't remember what school it was, but she said after she dropped the miseducation, everyone was like, "Okay, we need another album. We need another album. Like you need to get like." And she said, "What people don't understand is the miseducation was years worth of life
Mm,
lived, lessons lived, and lessons learned in order to write something like that and to like have that kind of like um outlook and perspective, you have to experience life. And so
yeah.
I've been actually thinking how so much of music making is just living because a lot of the
Yeah.
things are just life experiences. If you write and you like are a creator, you're pulling from your own inspiration. You're pulling from your own world and your own experiences. So I feel like some people have a way where they say, okay, you have to write a song every single day. You have to make something every single day because that energy has to go somewhere. And I think that's valid because I know you know how Pharrell always says how ideas are like checking out books at a library. Have you heard him
Mhm.
say that?
Yeah.
And like you gotta like keep pulling or something like that.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I just think that you have to live your life in order to make something great.
that's very true. That's very true. And I feel like I don't know, maybe because we're just in the age of social media now, things are different. It's not like, you got to keep posting, you got to do this. But then I'm just like, bro, just because everybody else is doing this does not mean that I have to do that.
Absolutely.
I feel like my Aquarius placements are popping out from that because it's just like, why, why do I need to do what everybody else is doing?
Absolutely not. And I think what I've always thought is like wanting a commercially successful career, there's different things that you just assume that you have to do, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it like everybody else is doing it. Like, if you want visibility, you have to put yourself out there, but it doesn't have to be the same way that everybody else is doing it.
Right.
And so you can take the things that you see everybody else doing and make it your own. Like when it comes to like I got a camera and I've been taking videos and things, but I'm not doing it how everybody else is doing it because
Yeah.
I have to be anything that I do, I want to make it my own and I want to like
Be unique in that.
be unique in it. And in order for me to not feel like I'm resentful for having to do it, I have to do it my own way. But if you're trying to
Yeah.
fit in somebody else's shoes, you are
Yes.
gonna feel burnt out and like I'm just, following everybody else.
Yeah, that's real. Especially like when you have people like artists need to start doing, especially when the A&Rs, bro, the A&Rs right now need to zip it because I don't like how they be getting on talking about, yeah, so the artists are all doing this. And let me give you a quick little 7 steps on how you can be like this artist. Bro, everybody's following the same. Lord,
It's
irritated.
so much information that we're always being fed, and people are always like bashing us against the head. Artists aren't successful because they're not doing this. Do these 7 things and it'll happen. Like it's like
I'm sick.
everything, every time I get online and see anything having to do with artists, it's always people telling us what we're not doing. And if it is so easy to do, why isn't everybody doing it? And why isn't
Why is
everybody
everybody getting the things?
exactly? It's just, I mean, I'm not saying those things are wrong, but I do
Right.
think that it is like, I don't know what I
I
think about.
feel like not every, honestly, I think as artists, because everybody's journey, everybody's thing is so different. I feel like, the people that stand out online, that's great. You have a great online presence, but do you have a great presence on the outside?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's stardom is supposed to be online. What impact are you making in your day-to-day life when you go outside, when you're talking to people, when you're saying hello to people? You know what I'm saying? I think that's for me, at least anyways, that's the impact I'm trying to make because at the end of the day, the more you talk to people, the more you have those interactions or you're, whether it even be doing an open mic or doing something to do regarding music outside and with community, I think that's kind of more so, you know, the impact that you're going to make more. And not everybody can do that. Maybe your niche is online. Maybe you are better with getting, but at the same time, energy don't lie. And you can't always tell everybody's energy through a screen either. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Absolutely. There's some people who can get on stage and just dominate and
Mm.
they just have a presence. Or like you know how you'll see a person in person, they have like this thing. It doesn't even have to be a musician. It's just like they have a presence and they have like they know how to dress. They're just have their aesthetics together, but then you get their Instagram and like they don't post or they don't have like they're not on Instagram.
Hmm.
I always think it's like, wow, there are some people who really dress up and go
Yeah.
to the house and not worry about taking a picture, or people
Yeah.
who do art and it's not about posting it online, it's about painting it on a freaking wall outside or just making an impact in person. And I think there's
Yeah.
like different ways of, you know, um,
Kind of breaking through and finding your way that makes sense for you. But I
absolutely.
do think it is crazy to get online and tell artists and every artist that they need to post and that they need to. do these certain steps in order to gain the following and yada yada, this, that, and the fourth. But it's just like it's almost like being in the Matrix and having to follow the rules in the Matrix.
Mhm.
But it's just like, bro, why would I want to do that? Everybody else is doing that. What is it doing for me? How is it benefiting me?
Mhm. Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, I try to be, I try to look at it from both ends because I never want to feel like I'm trying to take, trying to not take all of the necessary steps. Like I'm willing to put in the work. Like I'm willing to post every day if I had to.
Yeah.
But I also think that that kind of like speaking like that and saying, "Oh, we need to do this, you need to do that," it feels like you're always gonna feel guilty for not doing something.
Not
Or you're
doing
always
it
gonna feel like, okay,
necessarily.
it didn't work because you didn't do this. It didn't work because you did like, okay, you posted every day, but did you do it like this? Or
Hmm.
oh, your lighting, or the quality of the, or oh, you have a good song with the mixes, or oh, you have a good mix with it's a bad. Like it's
There's
it's
always something.
the goalpost is always gonna get extended. Like it's
Yeah.
never, and so that's why it's like it really is just about time and place and God and
Hmm.
just like luck, knowing the right people. It's so many different factors I think that like contribute to somebody's success.
100%. And I think too, like, um, a big thing that I've been telling myself as well, like this past couple weeks, is when you're doing something, do it because you want to do it, not because you feel like it's a chore, you feel like it's you genuinely want to do it. Every time you keep showing up to do something, you want to do it because is going to make you happy, is going to, bring a sense of fulfillment to you. And I feel like we should be doing that with everything, especially when it comes to art, especially when it comes to wanting to post our art online. But if you feel like you're forcing things to do, like you're forcing yourself to do something, you have to also be mindful of your energy that's attached to that, the action of that.
What do you think about discipline in the creative space though? Like, is there ever a time where we have to do something that we don't want to do?
Um, could you give an example? Do you have something in mind? That's a good
Like,
question.
I can say that there's been times where chasing after my music career has been exhausting. And there's times where I just be like, "Ugh, I really don't feel like doing this." Or how, like, for me, music, I'm always connected to music. I'm always gonna love music, but it's been kind of hard to make music recently. Like, I haven't been able to sit down and have the patience to put together a song.
Hmm.
But that's what I love. So it's like, if I'm I know I love music, but I'm not enjoying it right now. So do I
I don't think you should force yourself to do it unless you're actually, it's almost like doing practice work. You know what I'm saying? If you feel called to like sit down and like write or do something, then I say do it. But I don't think you should really ever force yourself to create because now you're creating inauthentically. And I just feel like when, you get that spark, that idea, or you feel called, like when you get that urge, you follow it. But if you're not getting the urge, that means that there's no ideas for you to place out. Or even if you just get a random like little push, you could literally be at work and be like, oh my God, I heard this in my head. Let me write this shit down real quick. That's just an idea for you. But when you get those like little jolts, that's when you take action. But I don't think that you should really ever force yourself to do something unless you're just practicing. Like if you want to sit, practice writing, I think that's fine. But to like sit and like try and force something to come
Yeah.
out, I don't think that's good. And you're not gonna be happy with what you make.
What do you think about the rappers who go into the studio for a weekend and make an album and they just hit after hit, like song after song recording, and they come out with a whole album?
We got to keep in mind they're not the only ones in that room. One, two, they on other shit that I just feel like a lot of rappers and artists like that, they be on shit, whether they smoking weed, whether they be drinking, like at that point, I think it's different because you feeling the shit and then whatever you're experiencing. But we have to keep in mind for us right now, like there's so many times that you can have the same song talking about drugs, money, sex, alcohol, bad bitches. Like there's just so many songs like that, but in different wording. And if
Hmm.
you really think about it, if we could break down like a specific rapper's well, should I even say Future? Like we could sit and talk about how he has the same song 50 times, different lyrics. Like I'm just being honest. Like let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like what song you be like, damn, that Future song is so hard. He was talking that shit.
When I was in middle school, wiggy, 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 wiggy,
Wiggle,
wiggy.
wiggle.
That's my
Like
song, wiggy, 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 wiggy. I used to bump wiggy, 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 wiggy.
yeah.
I think, yeah, like in terms of there are people that pull from different things in the studio, but and I understand what you're saying that there's other factors. But sometimes I do romanticize like just knocking an album out or knocking a mixtape out in a short amount
You
of time.
know
Like,
what? Absolutely. Well, you kind of already did that.
kinda.
You know, you did
But
do that.
but at the time I was full of inspiration and I had a vision.
Exactly.
And it's not
Mm.
every day that I have a vision. Like I haven't really had a vision. I don't see a full body of work right now. I don't see it's just so much work. And the thing about it, one thing I will say is that it frustrates one thing that really frustrates me is that it is so and I know that, people that are aspiring or like people that are on the come up have a lot more work to do in terms of like showcasing themselves and getting
Yeah.
attention. But when it comes to the big artists, and it's like if people really knew the work that goes into putting together music, and it's just in itself, like especially if you're the
Yeah.
artist, writing the song, recording, paying for it to get mixed, or mixing it yourself, or producing it, like you put together a whole bunch of songs that sound really good, to then tell people, oh well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you should have did this, you should have did that. It's like, damn, like I just gave you a whole album. Like even with Beyonce, it's like this woman has given us two albums that are incredible.
Yeah.
Went on two tours that were incredible, over 2 hours on stage.
And
And it's
people want
like
more.
people want more. And it's like,
Yeah.
I know that you want everything. You love the artist and you want them to just, but it's at the same time, it's like
Now you're
if you
making me be inauthentic in my creation.
Mhm. Yeah,
And it is, and every time, like, and you're absolutely correct because people feel her work, and just how you said Jill Scott, people feel her work.
Mhm.
But like people that are making an album like that every like 3 months, 2 months, like you're not feeling their work, and that's why nobody's talking about it because it's artificial, in my opinion. Like I don't feel like it's there's no depth, there's no feeling to it because it's quick and it's what's the word? Um, yeah, it's just a quick feeling. Like it's not, I don't know, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that is true. I feel like these albums do have lasting impact. They have lasting impact, and so that's why people like that, like Jill Scott, gone for like what 10 years and then comes back
Yeah,
with an album that good. Um, so yeah,
but I think that's okay because you know what? We got this for us to get inspired by. Bring us out, yes. Because so we got this because yeah, like I just feel like to keep ourselves inspired, and I mean we both got this same reason, don't she? So and we see what she did, so we gonna dive in and I think keeping holding each other accountable on things like this, like when you want to talk about discipline, this is it.
Mhm.
Like it's exercising your brain to learn more and to dig a little bit deeper into your creativity that maybe that you haven't scratched the surface of yet. So I feel like that is a good book and that's the discipline, like to sit down and actually read this, even if it's um not creating, but you might even get inspired. Well,
It's not
you are
even
gonna get
just it's
inspired,
not even
but
just reading. It's like different practices.
prompts and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really good. Like I need to get into it. Like I'm so excited to just get more in touch with my artist self and like
Yeah.
be introduced to my artistic identity. Because I think when I first started making music, I was so locked in and I was so like, I know what I
That
want.
spark, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
when you get jaded and you kind of like lose sight of what the big picture is and what you were chasing in the first place, and then your entire focus gets messed up. So,
Yeah. That's so real.
yeah.
Well,
But this tea, the tea is hot. Oh God,
it's getting cold. Ew.
you're cold.
Dang. Dang, you burnt yourself on the ice cube. It's so damn cold. Sometimes that's so real. When the ice sometimes be so cold, dead ass you like it hurt.
Yeah,
That's what you just did. That means it's over, y'all.
yeah.
But I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Isaiah, for tuning in and being my co-host for the evening. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys got a little inspired and everybody, we all feel this and maybe it inspires y'all to get this damn book. Get it. And if y'all want to start a book club with us,
Oh, that wouldn't be too bad.
a book club with us, let us know. I think it'll be really cool. I think that'll be really fun. We can do like a chapter a week. I've got to see how many chapters there are, but yeah, we'll figure out all the details. But yeah, I think once I move into my new place, new space, I'm definitely going to get inspired. So that book will be started. But yes, thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys next week. And yeah, peace and love.
Love.
Bye.
Bye.